Hey, really quick before the video starts, I just wanted to let you know that I've been posting a bunch of videos on my other channel. So if you're interested in watching more short form videos of me talking about like more current topics, go check that out. I'm trying to hit 100K subscribers on there, so I'd really appreciate it. Also, JoJo Siwa's record label recently filed a false copyright claim against my parody of her song Karma. This is in clear violation of fair use copyright law, but unfortunately, big record labels have the power to take advantage of smaller artists. Well, in order to get back at JoJo's record label, I've decided to release grown-ass lesbian merch based on my parody of her song. And if you aren't a lesbian, I've also made alternate versions of the shirt for grown-ass gay people, bisexuals, asexuals, trans men, trans women, non-binaries, and intersex people. And I even made versions for allies and straights if you feel left out. I wanted to release these shirts for Pride Month, but it's a little bit late, but it's never too late to show your JoJo Siwa pride. It would mean a lot to me if you'd buy a shirt to stand up against Big Siwa and to show the world that the Beard Army doesn't bow down to record label censorship. Link in the description. All right, on with the video. FunkyFrogBait, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, ever since you blackmailed me about a week ago, I've been thinking about how I could possibly finagle myself out of that situation, but I suppose I can take a moment of out of my very busy life playing Fallout 4 and spend some time over here.
Yeah, life as a commentary YouTuber, it's incredibly busy and stressful.
So hard.
The hardest job possible.
It's so much. You coming back from your shift at Wendy's or whatever you're doing, your feet are aching, the soles of your shoes are falling off. You have no idea how hard my life is, okay? Don't make any assumptions.
Yeah, the soles of my ass is falling off from sitting in a chair all day.
This is my ass pillow from all the sitting
Yeah.
that we influencers do.
That we endure
have
for
an
you.
extra for you. I have to have an ass pillow like an elderly woman, just to sit at this computer all day for you. The sacrifices we make.
But yeah, I invited you here. I know I said it was gonna be a collab video, but this is actually gonna be a fight to the death because we can only have one non-binary suit wearing YouTuber.
Obviously. Well, my question is your tie from Spirit Halloween? Because my tie is from Spirit Halloween, and I feel like that at least puts me a smidge ahead. Just
you think that's better? I mean, this is from Target, so not trying to brag,
okay.
But anyway, I brought you here today to see if you wanted to react to this dude. Have you ever heard of a man named Andy Elliott?
Nope, I have not. Are you about to ruin my life in a few minutes?
That's the plan.
Oh no.
Yeah, so this is a dude named Andy Elliott. He's I guess you'd kind of say he's like in the realm of Andrew Tate, sort of. They look pretty similar.
Who's Andrew Tate?
Oh, you've never heard of Andrew Tate?
Just imagine I'm just this pure innocent soul who's never had to engage with that content at all in any way. No. Yeah, I'm familiar with this Tate you speak of. So this is like a clone of him.
Kind of a clone, but he's more focused on car sales as opposed to just trafficking women. So I guess it's a slightly
a different kind of traffic. A different kind of traffic.
Yeah. A little bit safer kind of traffic, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so this, he's basically, they're both, bald, and they both have terrible ideas.
We love our bald viewers, by the way. We love them.
Yes.
We cherish you. Ryan over here might not cherish their bald subscribers, but I do.
No, I'm a BRA. I'm a bald's rights activist. So anyway, let's just get into it. What do you say?
Let's go.
What do you sell?
Cars.
You sell cars. Okay. How many cars do you sell a month? Average.
4.
So he sells around 24, 25 cars a month. Let me ask you a question. Could you sell 45 cars a month?
Oh yeah, working on it.
No, but why aren't you? No, watch. See, this is you conforming to society. I've only been doing it 4 months. If somebody grabbed one of your kids and they kidnapped them, and they said, listen to me, and they said they were gonna kill them if you didn't sell 50 cars, would you sell 50?
Talk about traffic. That was a hard left turn that we just took. We just took a hard left turn there.
0 to 100.
Whoa. Okay.
So what do you think about this tactic? He's trying to teach this room full of dudes how to be a better car salesman, and he's saying you need to pretend like your child is being kidnapped at gunpoint, and that's going to help you sell cars.
I don't know. With this mindset, it's hard because it's like, yeah, it's like exciting in the moment, and when you have like the super intense music playing, it's like, oh, it's like very like, you know, it gets you spiritually riled up about car salesmanship. But it's like, you can use that same logic. You could technically, you know, in an extreme scenario, be pushed to do more. But do you really want to live your life in like this constant fight or flight desperation at all times? Is that all that we can hope for? Is constantly pushing ourselves at the point that we would be at if our children were kidnapped? It just seems like a horrible way to live.
And I actually feel like just the vibe of someone who's imagining their child being kidnapped, I feel like that would make me less likely to want to buy a car from them. They're like, please buy my car.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I feel like with car salesmanship, like the more calm and relaxed and like very like charming you can be, that's like the better energy to bring into the room.
This next is
100 sales or she dies. Out the gate. He looks like the kidnapper right now. Like, it seems like I'm being threatened. This is how he motivates car sales. He actually goes to car dealerships and steals their kids to give them the drive that they need to get cars off the lot. That's what this is, actually.
He's like, oh, you thought this was a metaphor? Nope, not a metaphor. Here's your wife. Here's your kids right here.
We're gonna do something called practical application. Like right now.
Do you love your mom? Yeah. You know, if I kidnapped your mom and I said I was going to kill her, unless you sold 100 solar deals, would you sell 100?
I love how he asked first, just in case. Hey, do you have a strained, before I use this metaphor, I just want to make sure you don't have a strained relationship with your mother, or this analogy isn't going to work. This analogy isn't going to work. So first off, would you care if your mother was kidnapped? Okay, you do great. Okay, let's continue.
Oh, you have a bad relationship with your mom? Okay, your dad. Oh, your dad too. All right. Your dog? Okay, I'm gonna kick your dog to death.
Yeah,
all right.
Just go down the line.
Yeah.
How do you get yourself in that place without having someone kidnap your mom? Without having someone take something from you? You self-develop. You train. You stop listening to music.
Music, not allowed. Not allowed. Don't think for a second. A little Beethoven in the morning? No, absolutely not.
And he's being a hypocrite because there's background music playing.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, turn the music off.
I thought all we needed was motivation.
Yeah, is this motivation not enough? You're playing this creepy background music? But yeah, so that's basically his strategy is if you want to sell cars, you get people in a horrible, traumatizing mindset, and then that's what really drives them and motivates them. He also has a lot of videos about how if you are fat, there is no way that you will ever sell a single car.
Well, that's true. I know that when I purchased my most recent vehicle, I did originally go to a lot, and there was a guy that like came up who was trying to sell. I was like, one second. I put a scale on the ground. I'm like, okay, okay, I've got a number in my head. Don't you dare pass that number, or I'm leaving right now.
For me, it's not, the scale isn't enough. They have to step into one of those like body fat scanner machines. You know, it's like, okay, you have to be.
They put you in the bowl like they put when they weigh the babies. Have you seen when they weigh babies at the hospital? So they just put you in a big bowl on a scale, and so it's like, okay, can you sell me this car? Put him in the bowl. Put him in the bowl right now.
Let me take a minute to thank today's sponsor, HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. As I've been getting older, I've been trying to become a more well-rounded human being, and one of the ways that I've tried to do this is by getting better at cooking. But the difficult thing about cooking is it's really hard to find good recipes online and know which recipes you can trust, and then once you find the recipes, you gotta go to the store and buy all the ingredients and come home and just hope the recipe turns out well. It can be a big hassle. Well, that's where HelloFresh comes in. HelloFresh sends quick, convenient recipes delivered right to your door. Just choose your meals and select a delivery date. HelloFresh handles the meal planning and the shopping, so all you gotta do is open your box of pre-portioned ingredients and get cooking. The meals only take around 30 minutes to prepare, and the ingredients are always incredibly fresh, and they give you this really easy to follow step-by-step instructions that can make even an amateur like me feel like a freaking professional chef. Today I cooked these loaded pork baked potatoes, which turned out really delicious. I'm always really impressed that when you actually cook meals fresh, it makes the meal taste way more like something out of a restaurant than something out of the freezer aisle. I also really like how HelloFresh lets you know the exact nutritional information of the meals. I've been trying to get more protein in my diet because I've been going to the gym a lot recently, and HelloFresh makes it super easy if you want to focus on more high protein meals or if you have any other sort of dietary restrictions. And also, if you want to enjoy something a little extra before the main event, get free appetizers for life when you sign up today. So click the link in the description or use my code BEARDJUL10 to get 10 free meals plus free appetizers for life. One appetizer item per box while subscription is active if you're in the US. Outside of the US, the local discount will apply. Thanks again to HelloFresh.
Garrett, take your shirt off. Come on, Garrett. Take your shirt off, Garrett. Okay, now hold on. Now, Garrett's a killer. Am I right? Garrett, how old are you?
29.
Garrett, does this bother you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, doesn't bother you enough.
Are you uncomfortable? Not enough. Pants off.
Does this bother you? Yes. Oh, just wait. Just wait. You fucking fatty. You're never gonna sell cars. Everyone point at him and say, fatty, fatty. I don't know. That dude looks fine. I'm like, the quality on Discord is shit, but I can see enough. I can see enough to know that man is fine.
I mean, everyone's fine, but like that dude clearly is already in the gym. Even if someone came out with like a six pack, I feel like he'd still
I feel like he would have been like,
you still need to feel ashamed.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like he kind of just took a gamble. He's like, oh, damn it. That dude's not as big as I thought he was. All right, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
And also, do you want car salesmen to be thinking about their fat when they're like walking up and selling a car, being like, oh, I feel really insecure about my body, but like maybe buy a car for me? It's like, what? How does this connect with selling cars?
The solution is you can't be fat. You have to just not be fat. That's the solution.
Oh, just snap your fingers and don't be fat.
Yeah, just like immediately. So like, don't sell cars. Don't even try to sell cars for the next however many months it takes you to lose the weight. Then once you've lost enough weight, then you can sell the cars. Then you can do it.
Fat people just should not exist in society until they can sell cars.
No. Shut yourself off into a little room where no one can see you. And just starve yourself for 3 months straight. Then come back out. Sell me a car. Sell me a car then.
Who cares if your family, becomes destitute? That's better, honestly. It goes back into the other thing.
Hey, if you can't afford food,
then you can start imagining that your family is dying, and that'll also help you sell cars.
Yes, exactly. Then
it all feeds into each other.
Becomes real.
Come on, put your shirt down. We don't need this. You don't need this. You got kids?
Yes, sir. 2 sons.
What if I told you they were in the back of my Toyota Prius right now?
And you need to lose 20 pounds in the next 2 hours or they are being driven off of a bridge.
Start sweating. Better start sweating. Here's my thing with this kind of mentality, right? I do think that people can take instances where they are, beaten down or bullied or insulted, and they can transform that into a good thing for themselves. And I do think there are certain circumstances where maybe tough love or something along those lines can be a wake-up call. But then there's also just like letting yourself as a grown man be bullied by another grown man in front of a room of adults and just taking it and, just like letting yourself just be kind of used as promotional material for some guy's pyramid scheme.
Like, yeah, if you genuinely enjoy going into an environment where someone is like insulting you, I mean, I guess go for it. Maybe
we don't kink shame here.
We do not kink shame here. Maybe this dude has a little bit of a humiliation fetish or whatever, and that's what he's into. But it does. It feels like what these dudes are doing goes directly against the mentality of what the dudes they're learning from are teaching them.
Yeah, you should be an alpha, strong male and never let anyone tell you what to do. Take your shirt off.
Yeah, if you're a real alpha, you'd be like, no, you take your shirt off. No, you take your shirt off.
Okay, stand up. Take your shirt off. I want you to do it in front of your friends. Chris, how old are you?
27.
Chris, I want you to grab some of your fat. That is not who you are.
This poor dude. I just feel bad for this dude. He's like...
What?
If I was like selling you a car and I was like holding my fat, I'm like, hey, you want to buy
Hey.
we just got some new New Honda's in. What do you think? Oh, I'm just holding my fat right now because I need to feel ashamed of myself. Do you want to buy my car?
Take your shirt off for a second. Come on, let's go. Dude, do you have a boy or girls?
Sir, one guy and 3 girls.
Okay, that little boy wants a superhero. Dad doesn't look like a superhero right now, so Dad needs to know I need to look like a superhero as fast as I can.
It's just so evil. Like, I feel like people's biggest insecurity is like that their children won't be proud of them, and it's like,
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, talk about emotional manipulation.
Yeah.
Your kid doesn't see a superhero when he looks at his dad. Your kid doesn't see you as a super, like, oh my god.
oh, you devote all your time to putting food on the table, and you're a loving father that reads him bedtime stories.
How about instead of tucking him in at night, you hit the fucking gym? How about instead of kissing him on the forehead every time you tuck him into bed and tell him how much you love and care for him, you leave all those responsibilities to your wife and you go to the gym like an alpha.
Kiss the dumbbells, don't kiss your child. Obviously, I think going to the gym is like a good thing to do. I've been going to the gym a lot recently, but it's like, yeah, you have to, like, people don't have unlimited time. And that's the type of thing like these social media influencers have, is they have a ton of time to go to the gym and sculpt these like perfect bodies.
So then what's our excuse? What's our excuse then?
Cut that.
I want you to put your head up and don't put it down and get depressed. I want you to put it up and I want you to say, I'm calling myself up. And I want you to know that from this point forward, I'm not putting shit in my body that I shouldn't be eating, and you're not gonna do it either.
Very the kind of beats he's hitting, it's very and this is a lot, I mean, it's very prosperity gospel, it's very motivational speech, and it's just like crazy to me that this is just all about car salesmanship.
Car sales, yeah, you have to keep reminding yourself, this is about how to sell cars. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about motivational speakers. It's like, I think it can help some people, but I think people go through cycles where motivation will only take you so far, and this thing of like, I'm not gonna put another thing in my body that's not healthy for me. It's like, that's not a realistic goal to set for yourself.
Right,
like you
exactly.
Obviously, like, yeah, it's good to try to eat healthy, but if you put yourself in this mindset where you're like, the second that I get off my diet, I've failed and I'm not a superhero to my child anymore, then that's just gonna keep you in like a negative spiral. So you have to like balance the motivation with like the realism, you know?
No, I agree. I think for most people, and for some people, they need that. Some people need the crazy, like, cold turkey, never touch a thing again, and, like, hold themselves to that. But I feel like for most people, when you set yourself up with that expectation, the moment you fail, you're like, well, fuck all this then. Instead of a mindset of, like, oh, like, I'm going to cut it all out immediately. I'm never going to touch any, like, whatever you perceive as unhealthy. For some people, it's, like, carbs or whatever that they think is, you know, destroying their body, or soda, or whatever it is. And they're like, I'm never going to touch it again. But then the moment they do touch it again, then they throw everything out the window. They go back to their worst eating habits. Whereas if they had just set up like easier expectations to start with, they could have made so much more progress and ended up way healthier or achieved their goals so much easier.
Every time you go to fucking eat something, I want you to do this. Reach over and grab your fat and be like, fuck this. Fuck this. This is not what I stand for. I should be a Greek god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Dude, this is eating disorder 101. Oh my god. Every time you eat, hold on to your fat. Well, first off, uncomfortable. Also, in public, questionable. Like, everything he's saying is like how you like basically railroad yourself into an eating disorder immediately. This is such bad advice for long-term health goals. It's like, any dietitian worth their salt is gonna be like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, oh god.
And I think it is something that isn't talked about enough, is the fact that there actually are like eating disorders in like gym communities.
Yes.
Or people who,
oh my
like,
god, yes. Those gym bros you see that are forcing down like tubs of unseasoned white rice and chicken, that's an eating disorder. Just because it's glorified and praised doesn't mean it's like any better than any other kind of starving or purging or any other kind of harmful eating practice that is just going to screw you up long term. And also with some of this extreme gym bro culture, you are like actively destroying your body, and there's no knowing like how bad the effects could be long term. So no, absolutely. Just because some dude is flexing flexing on your timeline and he looks super good does not mean that he is not in the depths of a horrible eating disorder cycle.
Yeah, and I feel a lot of like empathy for it. I definitely don't feel empathy for the people who are selling it to the, you know, dudes in the gym like this idiot, but I definitely do feel empathy for your average dude who gets into this mindset of like, I need to, I mean, for dudes, it's like I need to get as much muscle as possible. And then for women, I think it's usually more like I need to be as skinny as possible.
Yeah, it's like guys, it's just like insane amounts of muscle mass, not enough fat, super dehydrated. And then for women, it's just like skin and bones. Both are bad. Both are bad. Just because one is a little bit less noticeably unhealthy does not mean that you're not destroying your body long term.
I will also, you know, I do have to acknowledge that there are statistics of, you know, a large amount of excess fat also has like risks associated with it.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to push some sort of narrative where that isn't true, but it's like we glorify the super skinny and the super muscular, even though those can also have like a ton of health negative implications, but we don't talk about that because that's what society is pushing you towards, you know. Recently, I was talking to like my personal trainer, and this dude is like he's in like the best shape of any dude I've ever talked to, and he's like, oh yeah, whenever I look in the mirror, I like hate my body, and I'm like, oh my god, like my personal trainer has body dysmorphia. Like this is like a crazy thing to realize, that even the people who are in the peak physical thing of, you know, what everyone wants to be like, that doesn't mean that the mental things are going to be fixed when you get to that place. So you have to, you know, take the mental health with the physical health.
Me and my wife, we kissed our family goodbye when we changed. You know why? They wanted to see us stay the same. It's okay. I'm with my chosen family now. I'm not mad. I take care of my wife and my kids. It's my brotherhood. I love it. You guys need to make sure that you understand if there's anything toxic in your life, get rid of it.
Sometimes that advice can be true if you're with like an abusive partner or something, but like just cut all your family out, and it's like the reason he's cutting them out is to, you know, follow the path of the car.
Yeah, like I'm like, were you spending too much time at the gym? Were you not picking up the phone when your mom called? Like, what?
Where you at? Where you at Thanksgiving? And you're like, everyone, shirts off. Let's
Shirts
see.
off, everybody.
I'm feeling a little flab there, Aunt Susie. No,
Better put away that Jell-O salad, Aunt Susie. Because I would press him on it. I'd be like, okay, so what was it? Like, what was the problem? Oh, you know, it's just like I was spending all my time at the gym. And, you know, just dropping the kids off at my mother-in-law's and never picking up the... okay. I see now. I see.
I threatened my cousin that I'd kill his children if he couldn't sell me a car.
Yeah. And then, you know, the kids were there and they started crying, and then, it was just a big mess.
And then I called them fatties, and then, you know...
Yeah, the toxicity. I couldn't deal with it anymore.
Before we close out, do you want to see if we can take the things that we've learned throughout the course of this video and see if we can sell each other a car?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
You can go first. You can go first.
Okay, I'll go first. All right. Welcome to the dealership today. Just got some new Ferraris in. You look like you could afford a Ferrari. My family is tied up in the back room. My family, please.
Sorry,
please.
I can't pay attention. Can you stay on that scale real quick?
No. Okay, so you pulled the scale card. All right, that's my one weakness, was the scale card. All right, I guess I didn't get you to buy the car.
Yeah. Sorry. You have to have a 6-pack in order to sell me a car. I'm not gonna buy a car from you if you don't have a 6-pack.
All right, your turn. See if you can sell me one.
So, I have this lovely 2010 Toyota Prius, and the best part about it, both of your children are hogtied and in the trunk. I have the key to the trunk. So...
Wait, what
do you want to make a
what
deal?
Did you say?
Don't worry about it. But I'm just saying, your kids will suffocate in the trunk in the next 10 minutes.
I'm going to call the police. I'm not going to buy a car. I'm going to call the fucking police. So yeah, you played the scale trap card. I played the police trap card, and unfortunately, neither of us sold a car.
I think we have a draw. I think we have a draw here.
Anyway, thank you so much FunkyFrogBait for stopping by. Do you want to tell them where where to check you out?
I am. Ooh, please don't check me. No, okay. I am FunkyFrogBait on anything and everything, except Facebook. The FunkyFrogBait on there is not me. It is a very strange person posting religious things. That one's not me.
So go follow that account. But that
Go
sounds
follow that account
interesting.
immediately. YouTube FunkyFrogBait, and I also have an art account called Funky Frog Draws. I'm trying to encourage myself to start drawing again. It's happening slowly but surely.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Everyone, starve yourself so you can become a Greek god or goddess, or whatever the non-binary word for that is.
I should be a Greek god.